Hello and welcome to my channel, AB Make It Artwork, where we do what we do to make that artwork for you. And today I have for you some gesture drawings that I did, and I live in a place where there aren't many studios where you can just go into a figure drawing class and see a model. So to make up for that, I went around on the internet, floating around on YouTube, and actually found a couple of channels in which they showcase models for figure drawing and gesture drawing. And the channel that I was watching for this video is Master Art Classes, I believe. I'll probably double check that. I found two channels that I really like for figure drawing, for the models, and it's a lot of fun. Great drawing exercise. Helps me to improve upon myself when it comes to drawing men. The channel I was actually watching is called New Masters Academy. You can find them on YouTube. Their videos last 25 to 26 minutes, and they have varying time lengths for poses. They start from 5 1-minute poses to 5 2-minute poses, and then 2 5-minute poses. And I really like watching the videos because the poses are very interesting, though I do strongly dislike that it's a black background with a very dramatic lighting, which really obscures some of the figure. Anyways, to the drawings. As you can see, I'm working in 2 different colors, and I work over the drawings because I figure these are only like quick little minute gestures. I'm not gonna put a whole page to this 1-minute gesture. And with the gesture that I'm currently working on, because of that very dramatic lighting and the black background, it was kind of hard to see how some parts of the figure overlapped. But yeah, all of these drawings were 1 minute, and after the 1 minutes were up, I decided to go back over my sketches so that I could see them better, and I took out my Micron liner in size 1 to go over some of that line work, make it more defined, because there's no right way to do a gesture. Like, there's no rule that says you can't go back over your gestures and make them more pronounced in shape or more dynamic with line. And so I do that because if you look at the page, it's hard to identify the difference in figures. So I sort of do this to not only identify different figures and poses, but to also kind of make my pages a bit more aesthetically pleasing. And I kind of enjoy how I make the poses overlap when I go over it with with a liner and outline everything. So yeah, it's mainly for like personal aesthetic when I'm doing gestures. There's no reason for why you should or shouldn't do it. It's just personal preference from me. And you might see at some points I get a little confused as to which lines are what because of the overlapping drawings. But eventually I figure out what's what, and I manage to make it work. No clue what to talk about, I guess. This model, as you can see, was a male model, and like I mentioned, I had to work on my men, work on making the poses look correct. And I like how a lot of these turned out. Not too mad about how any of these turned out. You can see in some instances I add some details that I didn't get when I did the initial sketch. And I will usually write down how long it took me to do a sketch. You can see right now I'm coloring in with my Faber-Castell pencils. My colored pencils to make the form look a bit more pronounced. I do like doing that. I like coloring in my figure drawings, my gesture drawings, if I overlap a lot of figures, because that's also very interesting to look at, the overlapping of colors and overlapping of figures. Almost looks like some abstract art, but they're just gestures. And like I said, this is just personal preference. You don't have to do this. You don't have to not do this. And there I am signing off that this page is done. And that these are indeed 1-minute drawings. By the way, this is only multiplied to ×2 speed. If I had gone with the original timing, it would have been a 17-minute video, and I don't think I could have talked about the gesture drawings enough to tell you all about just this 2 minutes of video. I also found another channel that's really good for figure drawing and gesture drawing if you want to find gesture models, or yeah, life drawing. And the other channel is Crocus Cafe. I hope I said that right. They have some great videos too. They actually have some videos where you can see a model and they'll have the model doing one pose, and they have the model on a revolving stand so that they can turn the model around and give you a 360 view of the same pose. And I thought that was pretty darn ingenious. But with the other channel, New Masters Academy, they actually have some casual art models, and those are really great and fun to look at. And if you're wondering what I mean by casual art models, I mean models that are wearing clothes, because there's a difference between nude art models and casual, and that's pretty much the difference, is that nude does not wear clothes and casual does wear clothes. And at one point I was a casual art model, and that was pretty fun. I think we've got like a minute left. I don't have much else to tell you, except with the last one I decided not to go over it with the fine liner, but just to darken the lines and deepen in the shadows. And I really liked that. I really liked how that looked and gave the page a bit more of a dynamic appearance. But yeah, if you ever want to look for channels with models for gesture or figure drawing, Crocus Cafe, New Masters Academy, great channels, gotta love them. Because if I didn't have them, I'd probably just be looking up pictures on the internet of models and poses, and sometimes that's not as fun or as easy to do as it is when you have timed images that you can look at and then work as though you were in an actual studio with a real model. Anyways, that's kind of it for this video. I hope you have a wonderful day. Like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to do what you do to make that artwork for you. Bye!